A very beautiful morning to you, and welcome to the Golden Trends on LETUS TV. Of course, I am your host, Chidera, and this is the show that keeps you plugged into the hottest gist, loudest one, and most talked about stories of the week. We'll be starting from entertainment, politics, sports, business, and technology. So if it trended during the week, if it shook the internet, or had people arguing in group chats, trust me, it is on today's rundown. We've got plenty in stock for you, but then we'll dive into the main gist after the short break. Stay with us. Alright, welcome back from that very short break. Now let's dive straight into it. Our first story is from entertainment, yes, and honestly, this one had Africa buzzing. 21-year-old American streamer IShowSpeed recently wrapped up his African tour, and from South Africa to Ghana, the reaction were very massive. I mean, streets filled up, fans chased buses, and on social media, trust social media, it was on fire. Now, Nigerians especially were on edge. The big question was, will Speed come to Nigeria? And yes, he finally did. Let's just say things didn't go exactly as many celebrities hoped. Content creator Pella publicly shouted for a collaboration with Speed, but he got no response. Then Egungun of Lagos managed to squeeze in a quick interview, so he got his own part. Then he also linked up with Jarvis and a few others, but overall there was no big influencer run we expected. And then Speed later made it very clear that his trip wasn't about clout chasing or influencer collaborations. Yes, so according to him, it was about culture, it was about people and experiencing Africa beyond the camera. After this Nigerian stop, Speed quietly exited and headed to Benin Republic, leaving mixed reactions. And one thing is very certain about this story: the tour was unforgettable. Now let's talk about music. Yes, because when Asake and Wizkid link up, you already know what time it is. You already know that you're expecting a banger. So their collaboration, Jogodo, has been doing serious numbers. The track shot straight to the top of Spotify charts, broke streaming records, and has fans playing it on repeat, morning, afternoon, and night. So from the production to the vibe, the song is a perfect blend of street energy and global sound. Yes. And fans are calling it a masterpiece. And honestly, it is hard to argue that song wasn't a masterpiece, because actually it was giving everything it was supposed to give. So big ups to Asake and Big Wiz for delivering yet another timeless record. Now let's talk about drama, because when it comes to trending conversations, of course, Davido stays on the timeline. Yes. So the Afrobeat superstar is once again in the spotlight over an ongoing DNA controversy involving a baby mama. But Davido maintained that DNA tests have been confirmed he is not the father. But then the woman, however, claims the results are doctored and unreliable. Things escalated when Davido's father, Dr. Deji Adeleke, stepped in publicly. At a press conference, he stated clearly that if the child was truly Davido's child, the Adeleke family would happily accept her. No hesitation. But according to him, multiple tests showed a 0.00% probability. So Davido later took to his ex account, formerly known as Twitter, simply writing, "Thanks, Father, for helping. You are the best." So whether you are a team of Davido or you're just watching from the sidelines, one thing is very clear, and it is the fact that family will always step in when it matters. So yes, Davido remains trending during the week. Now to a much more serious story. Yes, this one is very serious. A fuel tanker overturned in Apapa this week, causing heavy traffic and panic, especially because it happened during morning rush hour. Disturbingly, before emergency responders arrived, residents were seen scooping fuel from the tanker. This is something we really need to talk about. Because as Nigerians, we must unlearn these extremely dangerous habits. Few spills can lead to, instant explosion, loss of lives, and irreversible damage. Yes, but thankfully in this case, no lives were lost, and for that we are grateful. But let this serve as a reminder: no amount of fuel is worth taking your life. So we just need to be careful. Now let's move to politics, because Rivers State is once again at the center of national attention. The lawmaker in the Rivers State House of Assembly have initiated moves to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara. The allegations include failure to submit the state's budget, unconditional spending, illegal appointment, and obstruction of the legislature. Many observers see this as a major escalation in the ongoing political rifts between Governor Fubara and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, now the Minister of FCT. But however, as of January 2026, the situation has taken a legal turn. Yes. On January 23rd, a Rivers State High Court issued an interim injunction restraining the House of Assembly and the Chief Judge from proceeding with the impeachment for at least 7 days. As Nigerians watch closely, the hope remains that due process, justice, and stability will prevail in Rivers State. Yes, that is what we are hoping for. Now back to entertainment again, and this one sparked a serious online war. And it's about Seun Kuti, son of Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti. He clashed with Wizkid after fans began calling Wizkid the new Fela. Then Seun did not take that lightly. He took it very seriously. And then he described the comparison as an insult to his father's revolutionary legacy and accused Wizkid of even taking Fela's old nickname, Big Bird. Now this is the main gist. Wizkid responded boldly, posting "I big pass your papa." Now that is where the conversation got heated. He also shared clips highlighting his global impact and influence, arguing that his success has helped introduce Fela's legacy to, newer generations. Now the internet went wild after that post that Wizkid made. Wizkid FC defended his achievement. Afrobeat pursuits insisted Fela is untouchable. But one thing is very clear in this story. This wasn't just a beef. It was a conversation about legacy, a conversation about influence and cultural ownership. And finally, sports. Yes, because this AFCON final was absolute chaos. Yes. So Senegal lifted the Africa Cup of Nations trophy after a dramatic showdown against Morocco. The final had everything: a disputed goal cancellation, a controversial late penalty awarded to Morocco, and then players briefly walking off the pitch. So Sadio Mane, who stepped in, calming his teammates and, calling them back. Morocco missed the crucial penalty. Then in an extra time, Senegal struck a powerful, decisive goal that sealed a 1-0 victory. Wild scenes, pure emotion, and history was made. Yes. So Senegal are champions of Africa once again. Now, that's a wrap on today's episode of The Golden Trends on LETUS TV. If you enjoyed this gist, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, drop a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss what is trending. I am Chidera Okewe, and this has been The Golden Trends on LETUS TV, where the gist is fresh, the vibe is real, and the timeline never sleeps. I'd like to see you same time next week. Thank you for watching.